Hey everyone, now we're going to take our information from our trial balance and complete our 3 financial statements. So what we're going to do is we're going to go back to page 33 in your textbook, because that does give you examples of what the financial statements should look like until we get to chapter 6. When we get to chapter 6 after the midterm, the financial statements are going to change a little bit. So just to give you a heads up there. So we're going to start with the income statement. Let's change that up there so you guys don't get confused. So we're just going to do it exactly like it's shown in the book. We're going to have our revenues. In this case, it is appraisal fees. And we're going to have our expenses. We have wages expense. And what might help you out the easiest is just go back to your trial balance, copy, and paste. You do not have to indent like the book shows unless you want to. I am not going to count off for not indenting. So either way is fine. So now we're going to take our information from our appraisal fees, the amount we have. So it's going to go over here. We have, I'm going to minimize this for a minute to make it easier. So our appraisal fees are $1,990. And then we're going to list our expenses. Again, copying and pasting is perfectly fine with me. So then we're going to show our total expenses. Okay. And it's just like it shows us in the book. So we're going to add our total expenses. I'm going to have the computer do it to save time. And then we're going to find out our net income. So to figure that, we are going to take our 1,990 and subtract 1,892. So we only made $98 this month. So that is all we have earned. So now we're going to take that amount and go over to our statement of owner's equity. And so again, we're going to follow the format in the book. So we're going to go for this problem, it's going to be Benito Mendez. Capital. And for whatever period this is, let's just go January 1st. And we're going to have investments during January. Total investment. Net income. Less withdrawals. January, our increase in capital. And then Benito Mendez, January 31st. And so they're going to start at 0 because he didn't have anything at the beginning of the period. We invested, so for this one you're going to have to go back. So we invested $5,000. So we invested $5,000. Oops, 5,000. So our total investment at that point was $5,000. Our net income, which we're going to get from the income statement, is $98. I'm going to make that a little easier for you to see. Less withdrawals. So we're going to go to the trial balance. He withdrew $50. So that is the amount we're going to enter in here. our increase in capital. To find that amount, we are going to take our $98, subtract $50. So we have an increase in capital of $48. And our total capital is going to be $5,048. Okay, and then the last financial statement we have to do is the balance sheet. Again, this is one that would be great for copying and pasting. Just make sure you don't have a typo, make sure you don't miss anything. So let's change it to Mendez appraisals. Then we have our assets. We're going to have our liabilities. So I'm going to go back to the trial balance, and I'm going to copy our asset accounts. Center these. Okay, now I'm going to go back to the trial balance and copy the amounts. Okay, now we're going to do our liabilities. The only liability we have on this problem is accounts payable. So I'm going to put that in. List the amount listed on the trial balance, and that is $1,800. And then we're going to have our owner's equity. And so we're going to have Benito Mendez capital. And like with 13-3, our capital amount is going to come off our statement of owner's equity. So that's the amount that we're going to use. So now we need to total. Do our assets match our liabilities? So we're checking to make sure each side of the equation matches. And I'm just going to abbreviate for this point to make sure that we balance. Okay, and if you look, our total assets do equal our total liabilities. So we have finally finished with 4-9. I know it does take a while, but let's go